Lombenwo, Katapseron, Kosich, Koi Koi, and all those areas. They will not go. And you'll know, you see in the map, the most degraded forest is that part where I come from. And so I'm giving you, a live story. It's not theories. So the thing is, because the police would fear going on the security team, and if you told someone I was going to be a security minister, that would have been very perfect. When they go to when it's the forest, they don't go there. So the best thing is to go and live in the thicker part, take your cows and everything there, and leave children and women at the escarpment, that is Kagamiti area, Kamogo and Kapchabao, up to Mungo. But men and livestock had to go inside there. What do? They go and open a place, cut trees. That's how we finished that forest. That's how we finished that forest. In fact, had this model we are adopting today been applied in Mbobut forest, we would not be here to have this discussion. Because when the Mzungu left our grandparents and gave them permit, the glade permit had conditions. No farming, you live here, you only do grazing, and you can only have a certain number of livestock with a permit being given for you to graze. So then, as they lived there, they knew you can only do honey and some grazing, and there's no touching the forest. And remember, even in the 1932, Sonneton plan for blah blah was 54, but in 1932, the boundary for the 1932, the promise was that you will what we call Spencer line and so forth. The promise also at that point, because I had to do my research later because of a life experience. The promise was that these people will now be fairly settled, and that fairly settled is going on up to now from 1932. I can give you stories and stories of Mbobut as somebody who has been brought up there. So that degradation is, as a result, largely, blame not the people, largely, it's about the model of enforcement that was applied by the state. That is why I am telling you here that Cherish has very important components. The last component there is harmony. It must, the enforcement and the processes we are dealing with to foster unity and harmony among the people, and it must involve these same people to understand that this is their forest, it is not government forest, and government is coming to support you to protect your forest because your life and livelihoods is dependent on this forest. So therefore, the Chesongoch landslide disaster of the night of October 31st last year is still fresh in our minds. We lost lives, livelihoods, and critical infrastructure because the hill slopes left bare and unstable, were left bare and unstable due to human settlement and could no longer absorb the heavy downpour. A similar tragedy was witnessed in 2019 in West Pokot, in places like Sondany, Tamkal, in the same Elgeyo Marakwet in Liter, in West Pokot, Chesongoch. When I was campaigning in 2011, 2012, there was also a very terrible landslide in the hanging valley of Kocholwo, and you will see a picture online, which is usually used by many people. I have a shoe. I am holding my shoes and walking on mud when we were trying to look for people who are injured and their lives and so forth. Usually, it's used to say, "I have not built roads in my county." They think it's. They try to use it for a picture of today. So the problem that had haunted this ecosystem for decades. I'm speaking of conflict, speaking of banditry and cattle rustling. For far too long, the Kerio Valley has been theater of violence. But why does this happen? It happens because when resources become scarce, when rivers dry up, when grazing lands dwindle, when there is no water for livestock, when there is no plan for livelihood, desperation turns into conflict. The cattle rustler is often just a young man who has lost hope because his environment has collapsed, or his government has not involved him in the protection of that environment, or that they are desperate for livelihood. Mother Earth is sending a message of distress through the increasing landslide, We need to act to save Cherangany Hills ecosystem and the people who depend on it. It's a massive undertaking, but with our collective determination and cooperation, it is achievable. For perspective, which has been shared, this ecosystem spans 414,928 hectares across 4 counties, including 22 gazetted forests covering about 100,000 hectares, and feeds over 22 major rivers flowing into Lake Victoria and Lake Turkana, among others. It is also home to unique species like the Brazza monkey and the crowned eagle, rich in indigenous heritage from the Sengwer, Okiek, Pokot, various subclans of both communities, Pokots, Marakwets, the cradle of athletic excellence that continues to inspire the world. Some of the top athletes grow up and still train in this ecosystem. This is not just a forest, it's a national life support system. Today, that system is under severe pressure. 15% of the ecosystem is already extremely degraded, over 62,000 hectares. 67% is moderately degraded, and 41,547 hectares of forest cover lost. 96,757 hectares of grassland is also degraded. What we are witnessing is not just an environmental degradation, it is the slow erosion of security, livelihoods, and stability. This is why we joined hands as friends and professionals from the 4 counties and initiated Cherish, a 10-year Kenya shillings 14.7 billion strategic intervention anchored in President Dr. William Samoei Ruto's 15 billion tree agenda. There are 4 objectives in this program. First is the restoration of the 62,038 hectares of highly degraded escarpments and riparian lands. We want to have a honesty conversation about the Spencer line and to save to ensure that people follow the Spencer line. If you go home, you know, Mr. Spencer, who was an agriculture officer, is the one who walked along this government to guide people to ensure that they are following up that line and introduced various crop methods. I hope you know. I don't know if it is everywhere, but where I come from, that huge cabbage, the big cabbage is called Spencer. Where we come from. Sometimes you think it's all over Kenya. Because Mr. Spencer, I think, is the one who introduced among them that cabbage. So if you go home, you'll hear wazee wanasema, hey, niliona cabbage yangu mzuri sana ile ya Spencer. And that is legacy. That is really legacy. For somebody who was there many years ago to leave crops that are named after him. Yeah. Up to now, that's called Spencer. Number 2 is to protect 20 springs and secure our water towers. You know, Aror Dam, Mbobut Dam that was supposed to be constructed, Kimwaret Dam, are actually depending on this ecosystem. You know that Chebara Dam, which serves largely Wasingishu and particularly Lore Town, is very important. You know Kapolet water intake project that serves Kitale and all those areas is extremely. You know Murunj Dam that is supposed to serve Kapenguria and the entire place up to Chebareria is very important. So we are talking about livelihoods. We are talking about protecting springs, rivers, protecting life, protecting Takwel Dam, protecting Turkana, protecting Kerio Valley. You know, there is no Kerio Valley without Cherangany Hills. There is absolutely no Kerio Valley without Cherangany Hills. And let me tell you this. I know for sure, if Cherangany Hills is not restored, everybody from the valley will be coming up and the conflicts will continue. When there was cutting of trees so much, everybody was from the valley was coming to claim ancestral presence up there. And you know, because they had guns and so forth, there was a lot of fights from Tuturung to Maron to every corner of that place. So, and it's part of it is still giving us security challenges even as of now. So it's important to protect this. 3, create 500,000 green jobs for youth in the beekeeping, agroforestry, and ecotourism. I am not ashamed to say my ward is one of the poorest wards in the country. That is a fact. And it is driven by this correlation between people not having titles, being chased around and out of the forest, and at the same time, being unable, like nearly nobody in Mbobut has a title. You know that, including myself. We're all squatters. Thank you. So, so the point I'm trying to make is that, where was I? I was saying that creating these jobs is very important, because you are living in a place where there's no title, there's no guarantee for a job. Everybody from Mbobut, they make little money, they go to Cherangany, you go and buy land. Everybody from there, you go to Wasingishu, because there is no land, there is no house, there is no what. I really look forward to this program giving people proper livelihoods, because we are involving them to protect the forest, and we are helping them to plant trees, we are helping them for beekeeping, we are supporting their education scholarships, we will make sure that ecotourism is returned, and involve the people by telling them this is the benefits that you are going to get as a community. And that's, I was just using Mbobut as an example. Where this man comes from, my friend, Joel Arumonya, I don't think is is the most dangerous place. His own house is the most dangerous. Because you know what happened, and you allow me to say this, while we were being harassed by the police in the Mbobut side, the Pokot side were allowed to just continue. So they actually finished the most, steep areas of the forest. If you go to Tabach, you go to Tabach and along all those escarpments of Tabach, I mean, the landslide that happened in Sondany and Tamkal were inevitable. And it is not that we all know, even sitting in this house, that it will happen again, unless something is done. So, and Parwa and all those areas. So, both sides in Sigor, Leland, and also some parts of Kabenguria, it's important for us to work on the environmental related issues. Fourth is build peace building through sports, dialogue, and shared economic opportunities. We believe that now that we have done massive security operation in Kerio Valley, we continue with Pokot side, which is ongoing now. We believe that eventually now we focus on peace building and shared economic opportunities for all. We have a plan. We need now partners. This is why today I want to ask the private sector, if you use water from Trans Nzoia Basin, if your hydropower depends on Takwel, or if your tea estate needs rain, this is your supply chain security. Invest in Cherish. It will not just be an act of charity, it's also an insurance policy for your bottom line. Thank you very much, Nyayo T-Zone. Capture Up and other areas. We want you to do more about tea. We hope through this program we can do more tea programs as more buffer zones, but also support livelihoods. But more importantly also, I want you to invest so that we can together grow protect this forest. To the development partners and the NGOs, please align your portfolios with Cherish. We have a multi-stakeholder framework ready. Help us finance the peace tournaments, training of youth, alternative livelihood, and so forth. Thank you for the banks who are here, for the various private investors, and Capture is represented, and many of you who are here. Please, let's work together to make sure that we achieve greater success. The non-governmental organizations, there are many people. My friend Hillary here is also a villager of Mbobut, though anyway, just say, though it is Mzee who knows Mbobut more than him, but I'm very happy that he has consistently Hillary's family lived in Embobutakel throughout, and Hillary was there. I'm just kidding. Because his late mom was actually a teacher in Kapchebau throughout, and the family lived there. So I just want to tell you that I recognize your efforts on environmental and your commitment on supporting environment, yeah? Despite the fact that you wanted to unseat me. The good thing is that you wanted to be Senator of Environment. So I told people, who in the Senator of Environment, in the Senator of County. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, so today, please, partners, I request you, let's work together. Today, I decided we start small, okay? It would have been easy to call, big people, my colleagues, ministers. I just wanted us to start this way. Yes, start this way. I'm hoping at the eve of the launch on 25th, we have another 21st, sorry. We have on 20th dinner in Eldoret where we can have expanded invitations to the other colleagues and friends. And then all of us go to the ground with our shoes. You see where some of us grew up, and we work together. I want to thank your name keeps changing. So it went back to conservator. Chief Conservator, Mr. Lamarkoko. I already offered to him that we need to have a forest camp in Embobut with forest officers who will work with the community to ensure that enforcement is done. I want to thank all the other government departments, and of course, definitely appreciate my colleague, Deborah, for the good work she's doing in this area. Let me finish these remarks, and then, so basically what am I trying to say? I'm saying to all distinguished partners, I do not want you to just write a check. I'd like you to come to the ground and see. In that respect, I'm delighted to formally invite you to the official launch of the Cherish program on the 22nd of May, 2026 in Elgeyo Marakwet County, and the rest of the detail will be communicated to you. This is a date as properly really explained by PS Environment and Climate Change, that this is the day for the International Day for Biodiversity. I know my wife understands this because some components of our classwork was in environmental law, and we went to some of the excellent courses in environmental protection and biodiversity issues. So there is no more fitting day to declare that we will restore the rich biodiversity of these hills, the debraza monkey, the crowned eagle, and our sacred medicinal plants. But the celebration begins earlier. On the 21st May 2026, we will hold the inaugural Cherangany Conservation Run. Runners will traverse the escarpment, passing through communities that have suffered from both landslides and banditry. Pokot and Marakwet athletes will be running together side by side. Every step will be a prayer for peace. Every kilometer will be a commitment to restoration. I invite you to bring your running shoes, but if you cannot run, come to witness. Come to Embobut on 22nd of May. Let the world see that we are not just talking about restoration, we are actually doing it on the ground. They call me the patron for this program, but a patron without partners is absolutely nothing. So therefore, please, for me to be patron, please be partners. Let us ensure that no mother in Chesongoch and Pokot South has to dig through mud to find her child again. Let us ensure that no family in Kerio Valley has to flee their home because of a bullet. Let us ensure that the Cherangany Hills once again becomes a place of abundant biodiversity, flowing rivers, harmony, and prosperity. The hills are calling. Let us come together. Let us come together. I want to thank you, Waziri, for putting me under immense pressure, extreme pressure, to do something about this. You have harassed me up to cabinet. And you know very well that in the cabinet, the president calls me the Embobut man. So I have no choice. I have no choice but to take up this responsibility. And I want to say thank you very much, Waziri, for your passion, commitment, and for the push. P.S. Mugambi has been my friend for many years. Thank you very much for the entire support. C.S. Ngeno, whom we went to join the university the same day, and we've been friends and family friends for the years. It's been also a very wonderful time working with him. And I think that let's work together. I also, as part of my other work, I am a patron also of our foundation, which is chaired by Mrs. Gladys Kipchumba, who is here. It's called OKM Foundation. My former classmate, and my wife is here. And the other board members I see here is my friend Charles Kilonzo, a distinguished media practitioner and a board member of Konza City. And then Bridget Kiptanui, who is also a board member, and she's here, who is also my friend and our family friend. Do we have another board member here? Wakili? We have a lawyer also in the board who traveled with me last night. While I woke up to come here, he's still sleeping. And many others. Thank you very much. So we have this opportunity to really say something. And I don't want today, however small it is, those who want to pledge can pledge something. For example, my friend Lamaon can pledge airtime for campaigns. Yeah, and that's a lot of money when you give airtime for campaigns. Ambassador Giptines, who is older than me and grew up in Mbobut also, is here. So we are all here to try to do something. So Lake Victoria North Water Service Board. Where is the CEO? Yeah, my friend, Wamalwa. The Lake Victoria North is starting by pledging 2 million shillings. Pigia Makop. It's starting on a very high note. The WWF, what is it? Okay. Because of your pledge, Judy, there's some good ladies who did some good souvenirs here from the hill, yeah, with conservation in mind. Here, this is done along the escarpment of Kerio. So it's a small souvenir to remember those who played today, yeah, who are here. So, and this is a signature that going forward, everything we'll do, we'll try to promote livelihoods from the Kerio Valley itself. Yeah. So we got. So CEO, come. You have already pledged. Once you pledge, you get something. I'm gonna jabure up. Thank you very much. You pass. No, I will ask you. You go. Who will give them? Waziri. I think help me do that so that I announce. You help me give. Yeah. The better side is this one. No. Yeah. Waziri, utasaidiana na the good ladies. No, on this side too. Now give them the present. We have WWF Kenya. Wako wapi? Yes. Ulikuwa umesema nini? WWF is pledging to restore 35 hectares. Pigia makofi. And we give them something there. Tegla Lorupe Foundation. She's here. Tegla. She's here. Father to praise, and I know what you will do. Ngelechei Foundation. Ngelechei Foundation. Is here. Pigia makofi mheshimiwa. Amejipanga kama mimi kwa mbele huko ndio. Beyond these offices we hold. She's pledged 1 million shillings. Pigia makofi. Not her, the foundation. Nation Media. Nation Media. What did they play? Nation Media is going to partner with us and do package communication and awareness. Pikia makofi. Yeah. We have actually most of you. Don't worry. Equity Bank, all these people. But if there's someone who wants to pledge here, you will all get the presents because we know the partnership we are going to have with you. But if there's anyone who has specific pledge from here, let's have it. Honorable Adams Kipsanai, and pledge 1 million shillings. Yeah, very good. You are qualified. They'll give Marakwet County government, governor and his team 1 million shillings. Karibu sana, governor here. Again, Marakwet County government includes the speaker. Yeah, and then the speaker is personal contribution to support this cause. My friend Lawi Kibire, who in one of those pictures, Zamani, he was very, very tiny. If he's tiny now, he was very, very tiny when he joined me in my campaign. Lawi, 1 million shillings. Mheshimiwa Kisang, I'm a pledge Senator wetu, the second Senator of Elgeyo Marakwet, 1 million shillings. And Mheshimiwa Timothy Toroitich, mbunge wa Marakwet West, and my former student, the good side of my student, those who don't deny me, I'm a pledge 1 million shillings. And then Mheshimiwa Kangogo Bowen, my own MP and my neighbor, and a fellow victim and destroyer at the same time of environment, has pledged 1 million shillings, you know. And then my friend Honorable Soipan Tuya, and I'm sure we will do more with Soipan going forward. Soipan, yes, this is the foundation, not her. Okay. Sorry. Thank you for that. Soipan Tuya Foundation has donated 1 million shillings, has pledged 1 million shillings. Thank you very much. Pigia makofi. But also, Soipan, who is my friend on my, personally, we are going to do even more to do restoration issues. Nyayo T-Zone Development Corporation pledges 250,000 trees or seedlings, for tea seedlings, trees, or generally trees, worth 10 million shillings. Pigia makofi. Mnaandika maneno ama mnaongea tu? Yeah, wale wanahusika na mambo haya. Andikeni. Hata sasa graduation inaweza ngoja. Watu wa Bungoma wanaweza ningoja kidogo. Pesa ikuje. Yeah? Anyone else wants to? My friend here, sorry, thank you. My friend and my colleague, who is our Secretary of National Administration, and his brother, who is also my friend, Justice Leland. The two of them are pledging 300,000 shillings. Pigia makofi SNA. Naita SNA, Secretary of National Administration. Ni mtu mkubwa sana. DOs, DC, County Commissioner, Regional Commissioner, wako chini yake. And yeah, these are the pledges. Give it to the people who are recorded. And then any other person? And I know more and more pledges will now come as we progress. As I said, we just wanted to launch today, start small, as we progress to build on it going forward. People to just even know what we are trying to do as a cause. There are more. Yes, please. Hillary here, Wakili Marimoi, is pledging 50,000 seedlings worth 500,000 shillings. Pigia makofi. And we will try as much as possible, or not try, we will get the seedlings from the locals. Tumelewana namna hiyo? So that we support their livelihoods, as we already said. Green Army Foundation will adopt 10 hectares. 10 hectares. Pigia makofi. Adam Israel National. Oh yeah, this is Adam Israel National Coordinator. Yeah. Cocoa and date palms. How many trees? Now, Kefri and KFS are pledging quality seedlings. I don't know, have you done the maths at how many? 100,000. Yeah. 100,000 seedlings from KFS, indigenous. And that will be very important. It's very important to ensure that indigenous trees are planted. 100,000 indigenous trees.
We are pledging tree seeds to raise.
Oh yeah, they are pledging the tree seeds.
Yes.
Yeah.
To raise at least 2 billion.
To raise at least 2 billion tree seeds. Pigia au makofi. Yani to raise at least 2 billion tree seedlings, Kefri is going to give us the seeds itself, so that then we can give to the communities there to grow them. PS Ngeno, thank you very much. Pigia au makofi. And then cocoa, they will ensure that they supply cocoa and date palms as part of the unique crops that will be reintroduced to that area. Introduced or reintroduced to that area. And then PS Ngeno has pledged 1 million shillings. 1 million shillings. Okay. CAS Media will give us media coverage worth 1 million shillings. Pigia makofi. So it's about us now we will to meet that airtime by identifying quality communicators that will ensure that it's used for mobilization. And then Paul Kurgat. Is it Paul? Paul Kurgat, 10,000 shillings. Pigia makofi. No amount is kidogo. 20,000 seedlings, not shillings.
Good morning. Thank you. It is not Paul Kurgat, it is Pauline Kurgat.
Okay, yeah. They didn't read. Pauline, Pauline Kurgat is giving, these are seedlings. Seedlings or amount. Pauline is giving us 20,000 shillings cash. No amount of money ni kidogo. Even 1,000 shillings will change a life in the area. PS Arumonyang, 1 million shillings towards this restoration program. Dr. Jane Njuguna, University of Nairobi. James Njuguna, they will support in kind, and they will communicate exactly how. Yeah. P.S. Mugambi, as an individual, the ministry will do what he has said it will do. But as an individual, he has pledged 0.5 million shillings. That's 500,000 shillings. Pigia makofi. Yes. Yeah, Net Fund is going to do seedlings of mango, avocados, and other crops that grow around that area, which are fruit crops, for up to 10 million shillings. I hope someone is writing. Net Fund, 10 million shillings worth of seedlings that are whatever. Dr. Lois Kipkiror, who is a daughter of the area and a victim of the 2019 landslide, which was terrible. 20,000 shillings. And she will be there to sensitize and campaign. Kamajani mwenyewe?
Yeah, we are going to do 5,000 exotic
Kamajani, this young man is very hardworking. Kamajani means yani mutu ya majani. Yeah, that's how his name is corrupted. He is going to, him and his foundation and his young people they're working with will give us 5,000 seedlings of exotic trees. Thank you. Well done. This is how it is. This is how it starts. By 21st we will have gone somewhere. Si namna hiyo? Oh, okay. DG Neman, my friend Dr. Mamu. To regreen the schools and waste bin to all schools in the region. All the schools will be regreened by the NEMA, and they will provide waste bins. And they will train them on matters ecology, the students. Pigia au makofi. All these papers are very important. Changwan? Dr. Rose Tuya, Kenya Sports Development Organization, will register more than 2,000 athletes during the marathon. The registration is 1,000, so it will be 200,000 by Dr. Rose Tata Muya. Dr. Rose, thank you very much. You know Dr. Rose, we worked with her when I was in sports ministry, and you know she is our heroine. Thank you very much, Dr. CK Joshua, who lives inside the ecosystem, not in the forest though, in Kiptabar area, and who was my schoolmate, is giving us 50K watt seedlings, 50,000 watt seedlings. Thank you. Ms. Naomi Kibrotich, from West Pokot, she's pledging 5,000 seedlings. 5,000 seedlings. I'm sure those guys recording. If you miss anything, you replay the tape to see. Yeah, I mean that's the only way. CS Ministry of Environment, my friend Deborah, is going to give us our own contribution of 1 million shillings. Thank you very much, Madam Deborah. And LV, what is this called? LVBICE? Lake Victoria Basin International Conference and Exhibition are going to give us 3 seedlings, 5,000 tree seedlings, and adopt adopt 5 hectares for restoration. Thank you very much. Yeah. Ben Kitum, who was also a victim of all this destruction, and Atoa 20,000 shillings. Thank you very much, Ben, who is also a son of the environment. I have been told by the chair of OKM Foundation that their pledge is being prepared for the 20th meeting, so that they can share properly a more structured contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, the pledging continues. You don't have to bring it here. You can take it to the desk. But let's continue working together. Please, let's partner together to make things. Yes, the commitment of the national government administration is that through the Chief's Climate Action Day, we will do tree planting every first Friday for every month within all the administrative units bordering the ecosystem. And the details are being worked out, how it will work out. Let me say, the registration table is just there. So if you have any pledge, you put it there. Let me thank the governor of Elgeyo Marakwet County, my friend Honorable Ngeleche, Honorable Kipsanai, Honorable Timo, and Honorable Senator for really being here present. There was an oversight on our part. We didn't invite the West Pokot, yet West Pokot is heavily also affected. So in our next meeting, make sure that the governors of the 4 counties affected will be in the meeting that we'll do on the ground prior to the proper launching. I am very excited about this. I like things that start small. I always say, remember the biblical verse in the book of Zechariah, that do not despise the humble beginning, that this small thing that is in your hand, you will see the Zerubbabel holding the plumb line when the time comes. Before I sit, let me introduce my wife, so that everybody knows. I rarely go to meetings where she is. She is always in my background here, there. This is Mrs. Me. My wife, this is my wife, Gladys. You can come up. This is my wife, Gladys Wanjiro Kipchumba. Yeah, my former classmate. And my learned friend. Thank you very much. You will help us deal with your pledge in the next function. Asante. Thank you. Pigia ye makofi. Mnaniangalia like she needs to talk. There is only one spokesman in the family. No, she will do that in the next meeting formally in her capacity as the chair of the foundation. They were working on some figures on exactly how they will engage, so she will give her own speech. I believe in freedom of expression, so don't. Environment, State Department of Environment, 1 million seedlings, right? 1 million seedlings from the State Department of Environment, and the State Department of Forestry, 1 million shillings. So seedlings, not 1 million seedlings, that's more than the 1 million shillings. So the two departments are going to give us the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, Forestry and Climate Change, under the leadership of CS Dr. Deborah Mlongo Barasa, are going to give us 2 million seedlings to restore the ecosystem. So I wanted to thank all the leaders present. Adams, this is first edition. This is the first edition. We are going to deal with the first edition. You know what that means. I totally agree with the fact that in the next meeting we will have all our MCAs and everybody there, because I believe in consultative, participatory approach that will carry all of us together. I believe that if we work together, our people are going to support us and we will restore that forest. This is an initiative that outlast the president. It would outlast all of us who are in this office. It outlast my position as a cabinet secretary, but it will never change the fact that I was born and brought up in that area. This approach, and I want to thank CS Deborah, this approach of getting champions for conservation from the community is a brilliant idea. And I believe that it will succeed because participatory process is extremely important. I want to thank CS Deborah, PS of Forestry, and PS of Environment for the work you are doing in the ministry. We support you as colleagues as we continue supporting His Excellency the President in the work we are trying to do. I wish you God's grace, God's blessings. Thank you for being my friends. Please, don't do this initiative because I am the CS of Interior. Don't do it because of my position. Please, don't do it because of my position. My position is very temporary. Your position sitting here is very temporary. Of course, some of you have come to support as an organization, which is a brilliant idea. When you are not in that organization will continue. But even you as an individual, no matter where you will go, I would love us. Don't worry, don't leave. It's a test. They are doing a test run. What do you call a mock kind of a. Yeah. I wanted to keep it. When Mugambi told me I wanted to keep it for 1 minute to see how you will run. You guys ningumu. You don't even want to leave. Want to leave the place. So. Ordinarily, we should have left all of you to run. But they're just testing their systems, if it is communicating and if it's reaching every room, everybody who is in a meeting in this place. So, what was I saying? So, as an individual, please, let us walk this journey together. Those of us who have been elected, even the day we will not hold these offices, this is our program. We are sons and daughters of that area. Let's work together to make sure that our environment is protected and that we can be able to move forward together. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much.